The morning sun baked the streets of downtown Phoenix, the air shimmering with dry heat. Inside the glass tower of Hargrove Steel LLP, one of Arizona's fiercest law firms, the lobby buzzed with the usual rush. Attorneys strode in, clutching coffees, earbuds blasting, while paralegals darted between elevators. Vanessa Harper stepped out of a rideshare, her navy blazer crisp, heels echoing on the marble floor. Phone pressed her ear. She snapped about a missed deadline, her voice cutting through the hum. She didn't notice the janitor near the elevators, mopping a spilled latte with slow, deliberate strokes. Vanessa stopped short of the wet floor sign, rolling her eyes. "Really?" she muttered, loud enough to turn heads. The janitor, a slim black man in his late 40s, didn't look up. His faded name tag read J. Ellis. Vanessa waved a hand, as if shooing a fly. "Excuse me, you're blocking the way." No response. She raised her voice, drawing the security guard's attention. "Do you even speak English?" The janitor glanced up, eyes calm. "Just finishing, ma'am," he said softly. "Maybe clean before people show up for real work," Vanessa said. "This isn't a train station." He gave a small nod, unfazed, which only fueled her irritation. "Look, I don't know where you're from, but this building has standards. If you can't keep up, maybe ask for training." She stepped around him, jabbing the elevator button. As the doors closed, she was already on another call, complaining about incompetence. The security guard, a burly man with sleeve tattoos, shook his head. He'd seen the janitor, James, he thought, every morning, always polite, always thorough. Upstairs, Vanessa stormed into her corner office, barking orders before her assistant, Lila, could set down her bag. Meanwhile, in the lobby, James Ellis wheeled his mop bucket aside and pulled out a phone. He typed a note. Subject made unprovoked verbal contact at 7:50 a.m. Dismissive tone, racially charged language. Maintain composure. He saved it and headed to the staff elevator. James wasn't there to clean the floors. He was Marcus Tate, a federal prosecutor from the San Francisco, U.S. Attorney's Office, undercover for a DOJ task force probing discriminatory practices at top law firms. Hargrove Steel had raised red flags, quiet settlements, high turnover among minority staff, and a culture of elitism. Marcus, raised in Oakland by a single mother who cleaned offices, knew what it felt like to be invisible. He'd graduated from law school, climbed the ranks, and jumped at the chance to go undercover. For 6 months, he'd posed as a janitor across multiple firms, blending in, listening, recording. In a locked supply room on the building's sublevel, Marcus shed his work shirt, revealing a mic taped to his chest. He transferred the morning's audio to a hidden laptop, Vanessa's voice sharp and careless. It wasn't his first recording of her or the firm. The DOJ had launched the probe after 2 black paralegals filed complaints, both dismissed by HR. Marcus's job was to gather hard evidence. Hollow mop handles hid recording sticks, trash bags concealed microlenses, and every casual question he asked was calculated. Vanessa's outburst in the lobby wasn't unique, but it was public, caught on building cameras with witnesses. It made her a focal point. Upstairs, she barely remembered the encounter, already tearing into Lila over a typewritten brief. "One job, Lila. One," she snapped. By noon, she'd berated a junior associate, Kyle, for client call gone wrong. In the partner's lounge, she poured coffee and vented to colleagues, Sandra and Richard. "That new janitor downstairs," she said, smirking. "Moves like he's paid to daydream. Took forever to clean a spill." Sandra stirred her tea. "Maybe he's thorough." Vanessa scoffed. "It's not that. He's got this vibe, like he's studying everyone. Probably doesn't get half of what's going on." Richard glanced up. "Vanessa, that sounds a bit..." "What?" "I'm just saying some people don't fit in places like this. It's not racist, it's reality." Sandra's lips tightened, but she said nothing. Vanessa left, unfazed, oblivious to the mic hidden in the lounge's wall outlet. Downstairs, Marcus listened to the recording, her words clear. "Some people don't belong." He labeled the file and sent it to his DOJ contact. Vanessa wasn't the only one making offhand remarks, but she was the loudest, the most reckless. That afternoon, He swapped shifts to clean the executive wing, lingering outside her office. She was on a call, dismissing a client's concerns. If he doesn't like it, he can take his business to some small-time firm, she laughed. Spotting Marcus, she frowned but didn't wave back. These people forget they work for us, she said into the phone. He moved on, another piece of the puzzle in place. Days later, Vanessa crossed a line. In her office, she grilled Kyle over a lost client. You read my language verbatim, and they still felt threatened? She snapped. Maybe it's your face. You don't look like a shark, Kyle. Stop playing the I'm different card. Diversity quotas don't win respect. Work does. Marcus, cleaning a sink nearby, caught every word. It was a smoking gun. Overt bias, on tape, undeniable. That evening, Marcus logged the file as an escalation trigger. He called his DOJ liaison. We're ready. No dramatics followed. Just a quiet audit request to the firm's board, marked Personnel Ethics Review. By Monday, 2 federal attorneys, posing as clients, met with HR and a partner. Rumors spread. HR sent a firm-wide email about potential communication reviews. Vanessa didn't notice the shift at first, but by Tuesday, colleagues avoided her. Sanders' responses grew curt. Lila stopped lingering. Even Richard, usually chatty, sat farther away. Wednesday brought a mandatory meeting. Managing partner Henry Voss stood grimly, a thick folder in hand. The DOJ is investigating us for discriminatory conduct and promotion practices, he said. They have audio evidence from an embedded federal official. Murmurs erupted. Vanessa's heart sank as Henry laid out a transcript labeled Partners Lounge audio. Her own words stare back. This is about that janitor, she blurted, standing. Henry's eyes were cold. It's about how you treat people you think don't matter. Vanessa stormed out, her heels echoing like a countdown. In her office, she sat frozen, the silence suffocating. Her name was on the tapes, backed by complaints from Kyle and an intern who'd overheard her months ago. By week's end, she was gone. No announcement, no severance. Her office plaque vanished, her desk cleared. Marcus, now in a blazer and slacks, entered HR that same day. He handed over his report as Marcus Tate, Assistant U.S. Attorney, Civil Rights Division. No fanfare, just facts. The firm began to change. Kyle, now a senior associate, pushed for fair mentoring. Sandra took Vanessa's clients, her approach softer but firm. A third-party HR hotline opened. Progress was slow, but real. Marcus returned to San Francisco, his janitor uniform stored away. Not a trophy, but proof. At a local high school, he spoke to students, sharing the lesson. Power isn't about titles or volume. It's how you treat the person cleaning your office, not the one signing your checks. One student asked if it was worth it. Marcus smiled. We didn't fix everything, but we cracked the door open. Sometimes that's enough. Vanessa retreated to Sedona, her legal career over. Some said she took up painting. Others heard she was writing. No one cared enough to confirm. Hargrove Vosteel carried on, its culture quieter, more cautious. Marcus took on new cases, each a reminder. Justice often comes silently, through those deemed invisible. What do you think? Was Vanessa's downfall fair or too harsh? How should we confront bias and injustice in our own lives? Share your thoughts in the comments. Take a stand. Let's hear your voice.